In the vast tapestry of human history, few narratives have had as profound and lasting an impact as the stories of God in the Bible. These stories, woven through centuries and across cultures, have shaped the way we understand the world, our place in it, and the divine. But here's a thought that might make you pause. What if the stories themselves did not create God, but rather the idea of God created the stories? This might seem like a chicken and egg problem, but it's a critical one, especially when we consider the unique nature of the Bible's central character. A God without a past, a God defined by his actions, and a God who is both familiar and utterly mysterious. The Bible is a collection of stories, laws, and teachings that have been compiled over many centuries. It is a book that has been translated into countless languages and has influenced countless lives. But what makes the Bible truly unique is its central figure, God. Unlike the gods of other ancient religions, who often have rich backstories, myths, and personal histories, the God of the Bible is a being without a past. He is not the product of a mythological genealogy. He does not have parents or siblings. Instead, he is defined by his actions and his relationship with humanity. The idea of a God without a past is not just a literary device. It is a profound theological statement. It suggests that God is not constrained by the linear nature of time. He is not a character in a story with a beginning, middle, and end. Instead, he is a constant presence, always present and always active. This concept of God as an eternal, unchanging being is central to monotheism, the belief in one God. It is this idea that forms the foundation of the Bible, and, in turn, the foundation of Western civilization. The stories in the Bible are not just historical accounts or moral lessons. They are also a collective effort to understand and describe a God who is, by definition, beyond human understanding. The biblical writers, working over centuries, grappled with this challenge. They sought to make the incomprehensible comprehensible, to give form to the formless, and to tell a story about a God who is both immanent and transcendent. The result is a narrative that is deeply unified, despite its diverse origins and the many hands that contributed to it. One of the most significant moments in this narrative is the story of Moses and the burning bush. This story marks a turning point in the relationship between God and humanity. It is a moment of revelation, where God reveals himself to Moses, and, through Moses, to the Israelites. The image of God speaking from a burning bush is a powerful one. It is a symbol of God's presence and power, but it is also a symbol of his mystery. The bush burns, but it is not consumed. This image suggests that God is present in the midst of the ordinary and the everyday, but he is also beyond the reach of our understanding. In this encounter, God reveals his name to Moses, but the name he gives is itself a mystery. When Moses asks, "What is his name?" God responds with a phrase that has been the subject of much debate and interpretation. Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh. This phrase is often translated as, "I am who I am," or "I will be who I will be." But the true meaning of this name is elusive. It suggests that God is a being who is always becoming, always acting, and always present. It is a name that defies definition and captures the essence of a God who is both known and unknown, both familiar and mysterious. The story of the burning bush is not just about Moses and his encounter with God. It is also about the nature of God and the way he chooses to reveal himself. God does not appear in a grand mythological setting with a long backstory. Instead, he appears in a humble, ordinary place, a burning bush. This is a reminder that God is not confined to the grand and the spectacular. He is present in the everyday, in the small and the seemingly insignificant. It is a message that resonates throughout the Bible and continues to influence the way we think about God today. The story of the burning bush is also a story of liberation. God reveals himself to Moses not just to reveal who he is, but to reveal what he will do. He tells Moses that he has seen the suffering of the Israelites and that he will deliver them from slavery. This is a powerful statement about the nature of God's relationship with humanity. God is not a distant, uninvolved deity. He is a God who is actively engaged in the world, who sees the suffering of his people, and who acts to bring about justice and liberation. The story of the burning bush is a pivotal moment in the Bible, but it is also a pivotal moment in the history of monotheism. It marks the beginning of a new relationship between God and humanity, a relationship that is characterized by revelation, action, and liberation. This relationship is not static. It is dynamic and evolving. The God of the Bible is not a fixed, unchanging entity. He is a God who is always acting, always revealing himself, and always moving forward. The stories of the Bible, including the story of the burning bush, are not just ancient myths or historical accounts. They are living stories that continue to shape the way we understand the world and our place in it. They are stories that invite us to wrestle with the mystery of God and to seek a deeper understanding of who he is and what he is calling us to do. In the end, the question of whether the stories created God or God created the stories is not a question that can be definitively answered. Both perspectives have their merits. The stories of the Bible are a product of human imagination and creativity, but they are also a response to a profound and enduring belief in a God who is both known and unknown, both familiar and mysterious. The stories are a way of making sense of the world and our place in it, but they are also a way of encountering a God who is always present and always active. The Bible is a book of stories, but it is also a book of faith. It is a book that invites us to believe in a God who is both revealed and hidden, both known and unknown. It is a book that challenges us to see the world through a different lens, to recognize the presence of God in the everyday, and to embrace a God who is always acting and always calling us to action. In conclusion, the stories of the Bible are a testament to the enduring power of faith and the profound impact of a God who is both revealed and hidden. Whether the stories created God or God created the stories, what matters most is the relationship between God and humanity that these stories reveal and the call to action that they inspire.